S T O T D I S.
Amateur Radio Newsline, report number 2521, with the release date of Friday, February 20th, 2026, to follow in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. The following is a QST. Chilean hams respond to an Andes Mountain tragedy. Racy's hams show a robust response to a weather emergency. And Bunkers on the Air makes its debut in the U.S. All this and more as Amateur Radio Newsline report number 2521 comes your way right now.
From around the world, this is Newsline, Amateur Radio's independent, on-the-air news and bulletin service. And now reporting from Valparaiso, Indiana, here's Paul Brown, WD9GCO.
An annual occasion that celebrates strength, courage, and pride in a free homeland ended in tragedy in the Andes Mountains, even as amateur radio operators mobilized to help with their best efforts. Graham Kemp, VK4BB, brings us that story.
Riding horseback across the mountains each year recalls a defining moment of independence for South American nations. This year's 209th anniversary ride at the crossing of the Andes under Jose de San Martin and the Army of the Andes led to an emergency evacuation of one rider in early February. As the mounted expedition began its return trip home through Chile in early evening, a woman suffered a serious fall from her horse. Writing in the forum section of QRZ.com, Carlos Almiron, LU7DSY, said that the San Felipe Provincial Radio Club, CE2REU, sent out a call for emergency assistance through the Chilean ham radio network. The Los Milanos Radio Club of Villa El Mar, CE2CQ, provided GPS coordinates for the mountain's La Viga section. As ground resources and a helicopter were dispatched, the Los Milanos hams continued their coordination with the expeditioners through a link with the San Felipe Provincial Radio Club. The rescue teams arrived, performed CPR followed by an evacuation. Sadly, it was reported the rider had died from her injuries while being treated at the hospital. This is Graham Kemp, VK4BB.
In December of 2025, AR Newsline reported on the dismantling of the Radio Amateur Civil Emergency Services, or RACES, in Vermont, in preference to a different operations model, a movement that has been taking place in other states as well. Hawaii, however, is going in a different direction. They're recruiting new members, and as we hear from Randy Sly, W4XJ, recently responded well to sudden severe weather.
Hawaii's recent statewide call for hams to get more involved in RACES could not have been better timed. RACES hams were activated on February 8th and 9th as severe weather brought high winds, heavy rainfall, flash flooding, power outages, and hazardous surf conditions across Honolulu and the state of Hawaii. Both Governor Josh Green and Honolulu Mayor Rick Blangiardi issued emergency proclamations to mobilize resources and protect human safety. According to Michael Miller, KH6NL, Deputy Director of RACES and Assistant Section Manager, Pacific Section for the ARRL, RACES amateur radio operators were activated inside the Emergency Operations Center in support of the Department of Emergency Management, City and County of Honolulu. Additional amateur radio activity also took place through ARES and CERT activations in the field. As trained licensed amateur radio volunteers, RACES hams are involved in a government-activated amateur radio service used during official emergencies, operating under local, state, or federal emergency management authorities. In Hawaii, RACES operators are a part of the state's Emergency Management Reserve Corps, helping to keep information moving between the Emergency Operations Center and field sites. This is Randy Sly, W4XJ.
Presenters and papers are needed for a VHF Society conference in Georgia. CellMB KB3TZD gives those details.
Hams with a strong interest and some expertise in weak signal operating on VHF, UHF, and microwave are being invited to submit papers and propose presentations for the Southeastern VHF Society's next conference. Any subjects are welcome relative to RF power amplifiers, beacons, SDR, satellites, transverters, transmitters, and construction projects, and that's just for starters. In general, the conference is not interested in presentations related to non-weak signal topics unless there is also some relevance to amateurs using weak signals. Presentations can be submitted in Microsoft Word format to the email address listed in the text version of this week's newscast at arnewsline.org. The conference is taking place from the 17th through to the 19th of April in Macon, Georgia. Deadline for presenter submissions is the 2nd of March. Presentations and papers are being handled by Don Woodward, KD4APP. This is CellMB, KB3TZD.
Crew 12 has arrived aboard the International Space Station, and amateur radio operators, as usual, are part of the group. Travis Lisk, N3ILS, brings us up to date.
The ISS is back to its customary occupancy of 7 people following the arrival on Saturday, February 14th of Crew 12. They are NASA astronauts Jack Hathaway, KJ5NIV, and Jessica Mayer, as well as European Space Agency astronaut Sophie Odenov, KJ5LTN, and Russian cosmonaut Andrei Fedyayev. In addition to the expected schedule of ARIS contacts, Crew 12 will be kept busy with a variety of studies, including how physical characteristics have an impact on blood flow during spaceflight, as well as a look at on-demand intravenous fluid generation for space missions to follow. This is Travis Lisk, N3ILS.
Get ready to talk tech at TechCon 2026 in Florida. The focus, naturally, is innovation in amateur radio, as we hear from Jack Parker, W8ISH.
TechCon 2026 is a one-day conference sponsored by the ARRL West Central Florida section on February 28th. The forums will cover a variety of amateur radio technologies on HF, including NXDN, or Next Generation Digital Narrowband. This is the newest digital mode for amateur radio, and its use is gaining momentum within Skywarn. Paul Toth, NB9X, one of the keynote speakers, told Newsline that NXDN, created jointly by ICOM and Kenwood, is used for short text, GPS, and amateur digital communication.
Its primary purpose was to create a technology for ultra-narrowbanding for Part 90 land mobile radio.
Toth says this use of bandwidth is a perfect fit for digital amateur radio technology using 6.24K per channel, a 4800 baud data rate, and FDMA modulation. He said it provides audio that is clearer and more distortion-free.
You don't have any of the snap, crackle, pop because you're decoding a stream of zeros and ones.
Most Florida West Coast counties are using NXDN for Skywarn activities. They have a weekly net, and Skywarn reports go directly to the National Weather Service as needed during severe weather. Other areas developing NXDN are Connecticut, Massachusetts, and parts of Canada. The conference is being held at the Hillsborough County Public Service Operations Center. For details, follow the link in the text version of this week's newscast at arnewsline.org. This is Jack Parker, W8ISH.
Developers of open source projects for amateur radio have a chance to be recognized for their efforts again this year with the Amateur Radio Software Award. Stephen Kinford, N8WB, tells us how to nominate a project before the deadline this month.
The Amateur Radio Software Award is a global award encouraging innovative problem solving that leads to sharing within the ham radio community. To qualify for the award, the software must be available for free download and use. It must also be free of malicious hidden codes and capable of being improved in collaboration with others. Last year, the award committee chose Sebastian Delmont, KI2D, author of the popular Ham2K portable logger that is widely used by POTA activators. A monetary award accompanies the honor. Nominations are being accepted through to the 28th of February. You can find an online nomination form by following the link in the text version of this week's newscast at arnewsline.org. This is Stephen Kinford, N8WB.
It's time for you to identify your station. We are the Amateur Radio Newsline, heard on bulletin stations around the world, including the ZS0MOT repeater in Middelburg, South Africa, on Wednesdays at 1900 local time. Visitors with little or no awareness of amateur radio got to watch some QSOs as they happened at a recent science festival in India. Jason Daniels of EK2 LAW explains the importance of this exhibit.
Amateur radio's emerging popularity in the Indian state of Assam was evident recently at the Northeast Science Fair and Innovation Festival, where visitors watched as two operators from the Assam Amateur Radio Foundation made contacts on HF at 2 meters. Sakwib, Victor Uniform 3 Hotel Zulu Whiskey, and Prodiyamna, Victor Uniform 33 Sierra Foxtrot, had QSOs with hams in Bangladesh on HF and contacted hams on 2 meters throughout the Assamese city of Guwahati, where VHF is slowly becoming increasingly popular. The event was held at the National Science Centre in Guwahati from the 11th through to the 14th of February. Many of the visitors who stopped to watch the hams operate from the exhibition floor had been unaware of ham radio's potential for vital communications in emergencies and as a resource for experimentation and learning. Amateur radio took a prominent place among the other exhibits and demonstrations, including AI and robotics, rocketry, skywatching with a telescope, and Meet the Scientist sessions. This is Jason Daniels, VK2 LAW.
The first satellite connectivity service goes into effect at the end of this month in the UK, as we hear from Jeremy Boot, G4 in JH.
Customers of Virgin Media's O2 mobile phone service are gaining access to direct-to-device satellite communication on the 25th of February. While some direct-to-device has already been approved in other countries, including the US, this is the first such license variation approved by Ofcom for UK mobile customers. In hard-to-reach regions where there's no cellular service, direct-to-device will allow customers to stay connected via text, phone calls and internet with signals directly to and from smartphones. Virgin Media O2 is making use of Starlink satellites in low Earth orbit. This is Jeremy Boot, G4NJH.
In the world of DX, hams in the Caribbean island of St. Lucia, IOTA number NA108, are commemorating the 47th year of independence with special event call signs that are in effect through to the 23rd of February. Listen for call signs that begin with the J647 and the 1 to 3 letter suffix from each ham's personal call sign. You can continue celebrating World Radio Day by contacting the special event station 4UNR, operated by the VIC Amateur Radio Contest DX Club at United Nations headquarters in New York. The station is on the air through to the 28th of February using CW, single sideband, and digital modes. Contacts count for Austria as DX and the Vienna International Center for the CQ DX Marathon. Mike VX2XB will be on the air holiday style as XP9XB from Barbados, IOTA number NA021, from the 21st through to the 28th of February. Mike will be using CW and single sideband on 80 through 10 meters. Lubo, OM5ZW, and Lyco, OM4WM, will be in the Maldives, IOTA number AS013, operating as 8Q7ZW from the 28th of February to the 12th of March. be listening on 160 through 10 meters, where they will be using CW, single sideband, and FT8, with a focus on the low bands. Chris, WA7RAR, will be operating with the call sign V4/WA7RAR from St. Kitts, IOTA number NA104, from the 21st of February to the 7th of March. Chris will be using CW and single sideband on 20 through 10 meters. He will also be activating POTA from a number of sites. For QSL and other details about these stations, visit their call signs pages on QRZ.com. The links between amateur radio and history grow stronger every day, as hams have discovered from all of our special event stations and award schemes. In the UK, Bunkers on the Air began with the Royal Observer Corps bunker sites in 2005 with radio and history education in mind, and now activators in the US are able to call CQ at local bunkers too, as we hear from Ralph Squillace, KK6ITB, in this week's final story.
The chase is on. U.S. BOTA, that's Bunkers on the Air, is now a part of Worldwide BOTA. The popular awards scheme that began in the UK is now active in 23 countries. The U.S. recently became one of those active nations. Rem O'Donnelly, K6BBQ, the U.S. National Coordinator, told Newsline that his POTA activations inspired him to establish a U.S. presence on the BOTA map. He said that many bunkers are inside parks in his part of California, so activating those bunkers seemed to be the next logical move. Worldwide BOTA's Jason Dale, 2E0JIV, told Newsline that, as with other nations, U.S. BOTA is closely modeled after the one in the UK. With some bunker sites still considered sensitive areas, BOTA established an activation zone giving plenty of room for permitted activations without having to infringe on the bunker itself. In the UK and the US and several other countries, that's 1,000 meters from the center of the bunker itself. The worldwide platform hosts each country's available awards and bunker databases, as well as lists of new countries and newly added bunkers. Specific rules and local maps are available on each country's individual site. Best of all, said Jason, some portable loggers, such as Ham2K, have also gotten into the act and have already added BOTA into their software. To visit both the new U.S. BOTA website and the site for Worldwide BOTA, see the links in the text version of this week's newscast at arnewsline.org. This is Ralph Squillace, KK6ITB.
With thanks to Amateur Radio Daily, AM Radio Software Award, Britannica, David Behar, K7DB, 425DX Bulletin, Jason Dale, 2E0JIV, NASA.gov, NBC News, Ofcom, QRZ.com, Forums, Rem O'Donnelly, K6BBQ, shortwaveradio.de, Saqib VU3HZW, Southeastern VHF Society, TechCon 2026, the Wireless Institute of Australia, Worldwide BOTA, and you, our listeners. That's all from the Amateur Radio Newsline. We remind our listeners that Amateur Radio Newsline is an all-volunteer, non-profit organization that incurs expenses for its continued operation. If you wish to support us, please visit our website at arnewsline.org and know that we appreciate you all. We'll also remind our listeners that if you like our newscast, please leave us a 5-star rating wherever you subscribe to us. For now, with Karen Eve Murray, KD2GUT at the news desk in New York, and our news team worldwide, I'm Paul Brown, WD9GCO in Valparaiso, Indiana, saying 73. And as always, we thank you for listening. Amateur Radio Newsline is copyright 2026. Amateur Radio Newsline retains ownership of its material even when retransmitted elsewhere. All rights reserved.
T-O-T-E-N-A. T-O-T-E-N-A.
The weekly Serenet, featuring club news, trivia, and check-ins from some of the nicest hams in the universe starts in 5 minutes.
Node 37111040 connected to Node 48496.
W8WKY. Get ready for the weekly SaraNet starting in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
CQ. This is NAWB calling CQ for the Silvercreek Amateur Radio Association Tuesday night weekly net. Net control this evening is yours truly. Stefan, Sierra Tango, Echo Papa, Hotel Echo, November call sign, November 8, Whiskey Bravo. This is net, uses the club call sign, Whiskey 8, Whiskey Kilo Yankee for all traffic. This is the controlled net, and all traffic must pass through net control. Emergency traffic may break into this net at any time. Sarah meets on this repeater every Tuesday night at 8 p.m. This net is open to all licensed amateurs, and any amateur is encouraged to check in and join us. Frequency is 147-390 with a PL of 114, Mark 8. We'll go through some announcements, followed by a round of in and out check-ins for counties tonight. And then we'll move to our regular check-ins, also from counties. So before we start, let me start with some simple announcements. Give me 1 second. All right, Sarah is running a session coming up called I Have My License, Now What? Sarah will be holding this clinic for new licensees on Saturday, February 28th, which is this coming Saturday, from 10 a.m. to noon. The clinic will be held at the Rittman Wayne County Public Library, 75 North Main Street, Rittman, Ohio. The goal of this clinic is to encourage new license holders to get on the air and stay active in amateur radio. This is not a license preparation class. This clinic will cover the practical fundamentals of getting on the air and communicating. Topics covered will be communicating on VHF and UHF, thoughts on building out your shack, choosing antennas, and attendees are requested but not required to register at w8wky.org. There's a link there that's called I Have My License, Now What? You can click on that link, and there is a registration portion near the bottom to let them know how many attendees there will be, and also to have the ability to get pre-asked questions. There's a place there to ask a topic or something that you would like covered, being a new ham. Also, the clinic is open to any licensed amateur, not just members of SARA. SARA members are encouraged to share this with the new fellow hams, but attendees are encouraged to bring notebooks, pens, or laptops to take notes. The presentation material will be distributed electronically to attendees following the clinic. All right, that is my portion of the announcements. I'd like to bring in a guest announcement person right now, and he'll give us a few more. KD8SLG, W8WKY. Nick, great to have you here tonight. I hear you have some announcements for the group.
NAWB, this is KD8SLG. Good evening, Stefan, and all the Sarah Club netizens. Thanks, Stefan. Just got a couple of quick ones here. I'm always quick. Dues are due. It's that time of the year. Doing the renewal drive. We do have 141 members. Pretty good sized group. Our dues do represent over 90% of our expenditures for the year. So it's that time of the year to renew. Just want to remind everybody about that. Dues are due. And we'll be having another Bob Bone fox hunt on March 21st, I believe, is the date Dave gave me. 10 o'clock at Bueller's. We'll have something up on the website shortly, but put that on your calendars, March 21st, fox hunt, guys. That's all I got tonight, Stefan. Thanks for letting me get in here. Have at it. It's KD8SLG, back to net control.
KD8SLG, W8WKY, we do appreciate you, Nick, and thank you so much for all that you do in the partial leadership of the club, and up the upcoming things coming up in March, which is going to be a nice ability to see some stuff happening for our new election coming up in March. And if you don't know about the Sarah Club and you're listening, you can look at the w8wky.org website, and that will give you lots and lots of information about the Silvercreek Amateur Radio Association.
club and how long we've been in existence, our net information, amongst other things, and location where we have our meetings. So please check that page out. All right, I am going to move to NetLogger. I unfortunately do not have a trivia question. My dog ate it. That'll be my excuse, and I do apologize for that. Before I do that, are there any other announcements before I do NetLogger? Any other announcements for the good of the order tonight? Please call. All right, nothing heard. I'm going to be using NetLogger. NetLogger.org is the website if you'd like to download it. If you haven't already played with it, it's a great piece of software that lets you look at nets, not just ours, but nets where you can actually win awards and things like that for states collected and other events such as that. So check out netlogger.org, and if you have a QRZ account, you can plug that in. The XML account that allows you to download information when you're logging people, that can be plugged in, and you can see the net in many, many fashions with all that information showing. I'll be checking check-ins with a callback format. As you check in, I'll repeat your call sign back to you right away so that you know that you're rogered onto the net, and then I will grab the next check-in. If you could check in phonetically and then alphanumerically, phonetically first, followed by alphanumerically, that would be greatly appreciated. First tonight, I'd like to welcome any new licensed hams or hams who are new to our net to check in at this time. So I'm going to take any new hams or hams who are new to our net, and if this is an in and out, just let me know, but I will take you one at a time and then give your call sign back. Any new hams, please push the talk button and let us know who you are. All right, nothing heard. We're going to take some in and out check-ins, and like I said, I'm going to take them one at a time and log you in and then check the next one in. So if you are in Medina County, please give me your call sign phonetically followed by alphanumerically, and I appreciate all of you, and I'd like to say thank you to all of our listeners. Check-ins for in and out, please. Medina County. All right, nothing heard. In and out check-ins for Wayne County. Wayne County in and out check-ins, please call.
Kilo Echo 8, Juliet, November Hotel, KE8, JNH, Doug and Rip, in and out.
KE8, JNH, got you there, Doug. Any other Wayne County in and out? Wayne County, in and out check-ins. Anyone? All right, Stark County, in and out. Any Stark County, please call. Stark County, in and out.
Whiskey Victor 3 Kilo.
Yankee Mike
WV3K. Bill is located in
Elk
Fulton,
so I got to be in and out. I got to get back inside. Have a great net. 7-3s to everybody. Stay warm.
Hold on one sec. Let me grab that. I heard who I believe was Phil, WV3K, and I think, if I heard right, that was that John? Was that you, John?
That's affirmative. Yeah, I'm in and out tonight. I'm shooting leak pool tonight. Come out in the vehicle for a minute to call in, and everybody have a great net, and 7-3s, and we'll catch you probably in the morning at 8YMY.
All right, gotcha. Appreciate that. We crashed with Phil and John. I just wanted to make sure, because I think I heard you say in and out, so I wanted to make sure that I grabbed you. So appreciate N8YMY. So any other Stark County in and outs, please call.
November 8, Mike Whiskey Yankee, N8MWY, Donna Minerva on 147.39.
8 MWY for the in and out. Appreciate that in Minerva. Thank you, Don. Any other Stark County in and out? All right, nothing heard. Cuyahoga, is there any Cuyahoga in and outs? Please call W8WKY. We do appreciate you. All right, nothing heard in Cuyahoga. One more time. Any Cuyahoga? All right, I know we'll get a couple Summit County in and out. Summit County in and out. Please call W8WKY.
Whiskey 8, Charlie, Tango Mike, Carry it, Portage Lakes, W8CTM in and out.
W8CTM, good to hear you, Carrie. Thank you, my friend. Any other Summit County in and out, please call.
Whiskey Alpha 8, Kilo Oscar Charlie, WA8KOC, Fred, Summit County. I'll be in and out. 7-3 to you, Stephen, and everyone else in here enjoying the net.
WA8KOC, thanks, buddy. Appreciate it, Fred. I'll talk to you sometime. Any other in and outs from Summit County? All right, nothing heard. Any county, anywhere, in and outs. This is for any county, anywhere, in and outs. If you'd like to just throw your hat in the ring and tell us you are listening, and we know you're there, that's great. But this is any county, anywhere, in and outs. Please call W8WKY.
Kilo Echo 8, Victor Oscar X-Ray, KE8, VOX Scott, Erie County, in and out.
KE8 VOX, got you, Scott. Good to hear you, my friend. Any other in and outs, please call.
Whiskey Bravo 4, Alpha Indian Zulu, WB4AIZ. Change me to Echolink in and out.
WB4AIZ, haven't heard you in a while. Good to hear you, my friend Charles. Thank you so much for the in and out. Any other in and outs, please call.
Please check in Kilo Delta 8, Juliet November X-Ray, KD8JNX, Brooker, Rittman, Wayne County. Just be in and out.
KD8JNX, good to hear you, Brooker. Thanks for the in and out. Any other in and outs, please call.
Kilo Echo 8, Tango Lima Bravo, KE8 TLB, Randy and Ribbon. I'll be in and out, buddy. Have a good night. 73.
KE8 TLB, W8WKY. We appreciate you, Randy. Say hello to Ray for us. Any other in and outs, please call.
November 8, Delta Tango Papa, NADTP Don, Stark, in and out.
NADTP, got you there. Appreciate that, Don. Thank you. Any other in and outs?
Oscar Tango Kilo Mike in Middletown.
Middletown, could you give me your call again a little bit slower? I lost you somehow, the first part of it, and I apologize for that.
Kilo Bravo 8, Oscar Tango Kilo. It's Mike, New Middletown.
Okay, I'm still missing the front part. Was it Kilo? Let me read what I thought I was. Kilo Alpha 8, Oscar Tango Kilo. I don't know, maybe I lost the communication. My apologies for that. I lost the first couple. If anybody heard that, wants to relay that to me real quick, I can get them on the log.
That's Mike, KB8, Kilo Bravo 8, Oscar Tango Kilo. He was quite a constant in the barometer net in the mornings. KB8 OTK. WA8 KOC.
All right, I had that now. KB8 OTK. The B was getting drowned out for some reason for me, so I could not hear the B in the beginning. So KB8 OTK. Appreciate that. You should have just said he was in Sparta, and then I would have perked up. Anyways, any other in and outs?
Kilo Charlie 8 Papa Bravo Victor.
All right, KC8 PBV. Appreciate that, Dave. Thank you so much. Any other in and outs? All right, nothing heard. Last round of in and out traffic. Is there anybody in and out for the Serenet? Please give me a call, W8WKY. Last call.
November Tango 8 Delta NT8D Dave and Copley. I'm going to be in and out tonight, Stefan.
NT8D W8WKY. We appreciate you, Dave. Thank you so much for always being there, doing the nets on Monday morning, and amongst the other things that you do. So appreciate you, my friend. And the fox hunts, too. So it's a great thing to do. Last in and outs, please call.
W8WKY.
This is KE8 ULC Kilo Echo 8 Uniform Lima Charlie, Curtin Cock Falls, in and out. Thanks for the reminder. We're paying dues.
All right, KE8 ULC, we do appreciate you, Kurt. And yeah, that's a good reminder that Nick gave all of us for paying dues. Is that the last in and out? If not, if this is the last in and out coming up, then we will take regular check-ins in just a moment. Last in and out, please call. All right, taking check-ins for the regular side of the net. I don't have a trivia question for you tonight, but if you'd like to share some information or anything that's kind of trivial, see, I said that. That'd be great to do, and we appreciate everybody that's listening tonight, and we know there's a lot of listeners out there, so to you, I would like to say, if you are scanning the bands and you're listening, get your license. It's not hard to do. You can go to hamstudy.org, hamstudy.org, and if you are brand new and have no license, you can study for the tech license. That will get you questions that you need to pass your technician exam. And then once you think that you're ready to take your technician exam on hamstudy.org, you can look up the SARA, or actually go to the WAWKY.org webpage and look getting a license. There's a link on there to Ham Study where you find our sessions that are available, and then you can just sign up from there. So that's how easy it is. Go start studying, get your ticket, and you'll be talking on the ham radio frequencies in no time. So, that being said, I'm going to be taking check-ins for the regular side of the net, and we're going to do this with a callback just like we just did. We'll start with Medina County. Medina County, anyone on the regular side of the net, this is not in and out, this is just wants to be part of the net. Medina County, please call. I must be the only person in Medina County that's a ham. I think that either that or the only person that does the Sierra net. So anyways, long story short, Wayne County, if you'd like to be on the net, please. Wayne County, check in.
Kilo Charlie 8 Hotel Delta Papa KC8 HDP Jerry in Shreve.
KC8 HDP, thank you, Jerry, for being there for me. Man, I thought I was going to be on the net myself. But I do appreciate you, Jerry. Thank you so much. And thank you for running mine in December, because I had something that I had to do that was very, very important. So thank you. I appreciate you covering that one for me last year, the end of last year. Any other check-ins from Wayne County, please call.
WWKY, this is Kilo Delta 8 Sierra Lima Golf, KD8SLG, Nick on Allstar, and I have a trivia question for us tonight. No worries.
88 SLG, I knew you'd be there for me. Thank you, Nick. I appreciate that. Next time I run, I didn't know that the net controls were getting their own trivia questions at this time. I hadn't run the one in December, so I do apologize for that. But as soon as I take this round of check-in, I'll call on you. You can give us your trivia question, and then off to the races we'll go, and I appreciate you, my friend. Thank you so much for all you do. All right, any other Wayne County check-ins, please call.
Alpha 8, Charlie Tango, AA8CT, Craig Shreve.
ACT, W8WK. We do appreciate you, Craig. Thank you for that check-in. Wayne County check-in, please call.
Kilo, Foxtrot 8, Echo, Alpha, KF8, ELA, Zach and Dalton.
KF8, ELA, Zach, we do appreciate you. Thank you, my friend. Any other Wayne County, please call. All right, nothing heard. Stark County. Any Stark County check-ins, please call. W8WKY.
Chris. Alpha Bravo 8, Mike Oscar, AB8MO Mobile, somewhere in northern Stark County. I don't know what the city is.
AB8MO, we got you on the list. Thank you, my friend, and we'll get back to you soon. Mobile check-in. Any other check-ins for the Stark County?
Stark County.
Please copy Kilo, Echo 8, Uniform India Bravo, KE8 UIB, John in Stark County. And can you please add KF8 DTP, Miss Lori?
All right, I got a twofer. KE8 UIB and KF8 DTP. We do appreciate the Sarahs being here, and I'm sure that you're near your parents, and they're going to be thinking about the trivia question that Nick's going to be giving us in a short bit of time, so do appreciate that. Any other Stark County check-ins, please call.
KO4 FSH Kilo Oscar 4 Foxtrot Sierra Hotel, David Maslin.
KO4 FSH, we do appreciate you being here, Dave. Thank you so much for the check-in, and we'll get back to you soon with a great trivia question from Nick. Any other Stark counties, please call. All right, I think we squeezed out all the Stark County people that we have. Cuyahoga, I'm going to take a shot, see if there's any Cuyahoga people that want to stay for the trivia question. Any Cuyahoga people, please call W8WKY. All right, so no Stark County people. We're going to go to Summit County. Summit County for the trivia question side of the deck. Nick's got something great for us this evening. I just know it. And if you're in Summit County and you'd like to check into the net, please give us a call. W8WKY.
Kilo Alpha 8, Lima Yankee Juliet, KA8 LYJ, Bob in the Magic City.
All right, KE8LYJ, Bob got you on the list. Thank you so much for that. Any other Summit counties, please call.
WO3X, Whiskey Oscar 3 X-Ray, John and Cuyahoga Falls.
Doug and Norton.
All right, so I had WO3X, I appreciate that, and then I had somebody call in, it sounded like Norton. If you want to give me your call sign, I'll throw you on there. You kind of doubled with John.
Kilo Echo 8, Zulu Hotel Golf, KE8 ZHG, Doug and Norton.
All right, KE8, ZHG, we do appreciate you, Doug. Good seeing you at the meeting the other day. Any others? Summit County check-ins, please call.
Kilo 4 Oscar Golf, K4 OG, Mark in Kentucky.
All right, K4OG, Mark in Kentucky. We do appreciate you, my friend. Thank you so much for all that you do for the club as well. For our Kentucky branch of Sierra Club. So we do appreciate you, though. Any other Summit counties, please call.
W8WKY, this is Kilo Echo 8 Victor Quebec X KE8 VQX Joe in Akron.
KE8 VQX, we got you, Joe. Thank you so much for that. Any other Summit counties, please call.
W8WKY.
All right, nothing heard. Now I'm going to open up the floodgates for the last check-ins before the trivia question, and that is any county, anywhere. Any county, anywhere. Any county, anywhere. Let me just stress that. Any county, anywhere. Could be a county in Ireland. Any county, anywhere. If you'd like to check in, please give me a call. W8WKY. And appreciate you all you listening.
W8WKY, please copy KE8ZZR. Down here in Chiefland, Florida.
Florida, man, I know who you are, and I didn't get your call sign, but I know who you are. Just give me your call sign one more time. I screwed it up.
Hey, no problem, Stefan. It's Harry, KE8ZZR.
I knew it was you, Harry, and I don't have your call sign memorized, and I apologize for that. I put in a KD. My apologies for that. So thank you, and we'll get back to you in a little bit. And Nick's got a great trivia question coming up. Any county, anywhere, check-ins, please call.
Kilo Echo 8 Victor Zulu Alpha KE8 VZA Eric in Strongsville.
KE8 VZA, we do appreciate you, Eric. Good seeing you at the meeting the other day. Any other check-ins, please call.
KC8, Fox Queen Victor, good evening, Stefan. KC8 FQV Mark Aurora, Portage.
KC8 BQ, I'm sorry, KC8 FQV. What was I thinking? Anyways, I appreciate you checking in, Mark. Any other check-ins, please call us. We're getting a nice net going here.
Kilo Foxtrot 8 Delta Tango Alpha
Yankee, right?
Jeff, New Franklin.
All right, I heard two people check in, and they both crashed, but I know one specifically, and that was K5. CFY, I got you on the list, Ray. And whoever that was that doubled with Ray, if you'd like to give me a call, please do that, and I appreciate you.
Kilo Foxtrot 8 Delta Tango Alpha Jeff, New Franklin.
All right, KF8 DTA, got you there, Jeff. Appreciate that, my friend. Any other check-ins, please call. All right, last time for check-ins, and we're going to send it over to Nick in just a short minute. If this is you'd like to check in to get the trivia question, please give me a call at W8WKY. Last time for check-ins. All right, nothing heard. I'd like to say thank you to everyone who checked in before the regular side of the net. That was all of our in and out people. We actually had 15 of you, and I want to say thank you. That was a great number of in and outs. We do appreciate you guys being there and listening through the net. And sometime jump on over and answer the trivia questions. It's always a fun time to have there. we are going to start up this side of the net with a trivia question, and thank you to Nick, who actually has a trivia question for me. I'm going to follow my dog around for the next week or so and see if I can get the one that he ate, and then do it in 2 months from now. So that's going to be a process. Let me hand it over to KD8 SLG W8WKY. Nick, I do appreciate you for the trivia question. What is that question, my friend?
W8WKY, this is KD8 SLG. Thanks, Stefan. And I don't know, my experience with the miniature Schnauzer Charlotte has been that you'll be able to find that question tomorrow morning. Just saying. All right, man. Well, here we go. This is a recycled one. Beacon netizens will recognize it, maybe if they were there. And if not, you'll get a little peek into what goes on in the Beacon net on Wednesday and Sunday nights. In the original Star Trek series, Majel Barrett acts as Dr. McCoy, Bones, right-hand man, Nurse Chapel. This is not her only connection to the Star Trek universe. She was also all of the following, except Alpha, the computer voice on The Next Generation. Bravo, Loaxrana Troy, mother of Counselor Troy on Next Generation. Charlie, Mrs. Majel Barrett Roddenberry, wife of Gene Roddenberry. Or Delta, Daimon Nandi Cornwaldo Bean of the Ferengi Alliance. Remember, you want to choose the one that she wasn't or isn't. Let me read it again. In the original Star Trek series, Majel Barrett acts as Bones' right-hand man, Nurse Chapel. This is not her only connection to the Star Trek universe. She was also all of the following except Alpha, computer voice on The Next Generation. Loaxrana Troy, mother of Counselor Troy on Next Generation. That was Bravo. Charlie is Mrs. Majel Barrett Roddenberry, wife of Gene Roddenberry, creator of Star Trek. Or Delta, Daimon Nandi Cornwaldo Bean of the Ferengi Alliance. This is KD8 SLG, back to net control.
KD8 SLG, W8WKY, we do appreciate you, Nick. Man, that is just fantastic. That's a great question. Scary, scary good. That's a scary good question right there. Man. All right. I am going to, I'm going to move you down just a little bit since you're going to be giving us the answer on our list, and we will start with the first person up, who's also one of our fellow net control operators, and also one of our VEs, and fantastic too. He's usually first on the net. It's always good to have him here, and he helps me out with so much stuff. It's not funny. KC8HDP, W8WKY. Jerry, you're up, my friend. It's great to have you here this evening. What do you think Nick's trivia question answer is?
W8WKY in the net. This is KC8HDP. Well, good evening, Stefan. Good to hear you doing the net this evening, and it was a pleasure filling in for you back in December, so very good. Let's see, trivia question. I am going to go with Delta, so see where that takes me. And, I had lunch with the Wayne Erie's group today, Doug and Eric, and Craig was even there this week, so it was good to have him there. Haven't really been up to much else, and you got a lot of people to get to, so I'll send things back your way. W8WKY in the net from KC8HDP. 7-3, y'all.
KC8HDP, W8WKY, we do appreciate you. Thank you for being here, my friend. And, yeah, Nick's going to be tallying that information up as we speak right now. I just need to do one thing really quick because I believe that I need to check something here. AB8MO said he was mobile, so before I jump on Craig and Zach, let me get our mobile station. I didn't hear anybody else say mobile. AB8MO, W8WKY. And Andrew, you were up, my friend.
All
right, just making sure I got a good long reset in there. This is AB8MO, yes, I'm mobile. Currently on 77 North, near 224, wherever that would be. So I'm no longer in Stark County, I know that much. I know I'm firmly planted into Summit County now. So I know the Akron city limits are right past 224. So I guess the closest I could say, I think this is Coventry Township. I don't really know my South Summit County geography very well. But I had a great time with some friends. I met at a friend's house there. I think his address was technically Maslin, but it was probably, I think, closer to Canal Fulton. But it was still about an hour and 15 minutes. But, hey, the weather was good. The roads are good. I told him it'd be weather dependent. I wasn't going to drive all the way down there if the roads were like they were up by me. But you guys didn't get any snow down here like I did. So that's no shocker there. So it was a good time. For the trivia question, I don't know. I mean, that Cornwaldo bean answer is a given answer, but I don't know. The wife of Gene Roddenberry is really weighing on me. And if this is a recycled question, this is embarrassing because I don't remember it. Or maybe it was just one of the few nights I wasn't actually on the Beacon Net. So we'll see where that lands. I guess that's choice C, Charlie. So as I'm rolling into the Akron city limits, I'll throw it back to net control. W8WKY, this is AB8MO Mobile.
AB8MO. We do appreciate you being here, my friend. Thank you so much for answering the trivia question. And, yeah, be safe on the road there. Also wanted to say that anybody that does have the NetLogger software is new to it and running it on their computer, there's a little button up top that says AIM, A-I-M window. If you click on that, you'll see a text window that'll pop up somewhere to your left or your right, and you'll see all of us chatting away, including today's trivia question. Not the answer, but the trivia question and the responses that you can give. So that's another reason that we use the AIM window, because it's kind of cool. We get to talk behind the scenes, and it's really nice. So AA8CT, W8WKY. Craig, great to have you here this evening. You're up, my friend. What do you think Nick's trivia question answer is?
W8WKY. Good evening, Stefan. I don't see how you can go wrong with a Cornwaldo. So we're going to go D. That means both Jerry and I are the same. Wow, that's unusual. You have a good net going. It sounds like you've got quite a few people. So I'm going to say good evening to all of the Serenetizens and wish them all a good evening and a prosperous tomorrow. AA8CT, turning it back to net control. And as always, thank you, Stefan, for all you do.
ACT, W8WKY, we do appreciate you, Craig. Thank you so much for what you do for the club and part of the VE team as well. And hope that your grandson's going to be coming down somewhere, or maybe even to us in the future, to get his general ticket, because we were so pleased to be with him when he got his tech ticket. And that was kind of a nice thing for you too, I know. The grandson getting his ticket with his grandpa nearby. KF8ELA, W8WKY. Zach, you're up, my friend. Great to have you here tonight.
W8WKY in the net. This is KF8ELA. Good evening, Stefan and everyone out there. Let's see, just before the net, I think I decided to find out which of my radios is waterproof, and I spilled my drink all over them. So a couple of handhelds were in the splash zone. We got them all cleaned up now. We'll see which ones make it through. But I also got the D-Expedition Desaccio Island. I got them on FT4 tonight on 10 meters, which is pretty cool. I was aiming for some CW, but they moved in and out of that mode pretty quick, so I didn't get them. We'll try them again some other night. Let's see, trivia. Man, I usually join in at the beginning of the net Wednesdays and Sundays, but I usually don't make it through to the end, so I don't know what the answer is to this one. So I'm going to guess D Delta, and we'll see where that gets me. Anyway, that's all I've got for tonight. We'll send it back to net. This is KF8ELA.
KF8ELA, W8WKY, we do appreciate that. Zach, thank you so much for being here with us. New call sign to me, but great to have you here. And yeah, just like KD8SLG said, I had my very first HT, and that was going back a ways. 2009 was a VX7R, I believe it was, VX7R, Yaesu, and that was waterproof as well, or submersible, not waterproof, submersible. And most of the new HTs are submersible down to a certain depth, and it's whatever that military depth is that you can have it at for so many minutes and that kind of thing. So I wouldn't be too concerned unless you put it in like a 100-foot deep tank of ketchup or something like that. That might not. The warranty may not last with that one. But we do appreciate you being here. Thank you so much, Zach. We're going to move over to a family affair because they're a family, and that is KE8UIB. We'll start with John, W8WKY. And John, it was great talking with you the other night. I do appreciate that. What do you think next trivia question answer is?
W8WKY from KE8UIB. Good evening, Stephen, everybody out there on the net. And, it was great chatting with you too, Stephen. Always a good time, sir. And, the trivia question. Well, I'm going back and forth with Mom and Dad, but, doing the weekly message thing and stuff as they're listening in from good old Akron, Ohio, you guys. And, we're messaging back and forth, and I had told Lori before my mom even messaged me right after Nick said, I think I'm going to go with C. But, my gut feeling is I'd go with whatever my mom and dad recommends. My mom's a huge Star Trek fan. So with that, my mom chose Charlie, so I'm going to go with Charlie. So that kind of makes me feel good. We'll see how this logic works out, you guys. But, Nick gave the question. There might be some kind of spin in there. Hi. But with that, I hope everybody's having a great Tuesday evening. As you guys know me, I love to live that $5 dream a nickel at a time. With that, this is KE8UIB. I'll go ahead and hand this back over to Net Control. 7-3, y'all. Thanks for running that, Stephen.
KE8W8WKY, we do appreciate you, John, for being here. And I called John up the other day to ask him a couple questions, but in the start of my questioning for him was, I said, you got to tell me what nickel number you on, living that $5 dream. And he says, man, I'm still at the beginning. Man. So anyways, get busy. All right, we're going to move over to the other part of the Sayer household, and that is KF8 DTP W8WKY. Lori, you are up, my friend. It's great to have you here today. What do you think Nick's trivia question answer is?
W8WKY from KF8 DTP. I have no idea on what the answer is. I'm just going to take a shot at the dark. I'm going with B, Bravo. So, yeah, that's about it. With that, I'm going to hand this back over to Net Control. This is KF8 DTP. I'll be clear.
KF8 DTP W8WKY. Thank you, Lori, for being here. It's great to hear you. And, yeah, it's great to hear both you and John. And I love the fact that the two of you do radio together, John's brother, and I love the fact that you also sit with his parents, or they're calling in, they're phoning in an answer, however you're doing that right there. But that's always awesome, really, really cool. Well, we're moving over to what I consider is a really cool call sign just by the look of it, because it would be a great radio station. KO4 Fish radio. So KO4 FSH W8WKY. Dave, we do appreciate you being here, my friend. It's great to have you. What do you think next trivia question answer is? KO4 FSH. KO4 FSH. Dave, if you're still there. All right, we'll mark Dave in the not heard column, and we'll come back to him a little bit later, see if he's still around. KA8LYJ W8WKY. Bob, you're up, my friend. It's great to have you here. What do you think next trivia question answer is?
W8WKY, this is KA8LYJ. Good evening, Stefan. Good evening, group. I got kind of giddy when he pulled out a Star Trek question. Gonna go with Delta on that one. And to all the trekkers out there, Lima Lima Alpha Papa. This is KA8LYJ.
K8LYJ, W8WKY. We do appreciate you, Bob. Thank you so much for being at the meetings. Good seeing you at the meetings. Also being on the BE team. Thank you so much. And say hello to your family for us. WO3X, W8WKY. John, you're up, my friend. Great to have you here tonight. What do you think Nick's trivia question answer is?
W8WKY.
W8WKY, this is WO3X. Good evening, Stefan and all on the net. Well, I also am going to go with D Delta on that trivia question. On Sunday, I had a really good time at the Hamfest south of Pittsburgh, and one of the fun things was that my second-to-last manager at Westinghouse Transportation was there, and he was, we were talking about the story where he had me go get a rental car October 2001, and we had to go to Montreal, Canada. So he and I and another engineer, Tom, went there. And so when we got to the border, on the Canadian side, they told us to move the car over to some building, and then we had to go in some buildings. So they're asking us all these questions and stuff. And then just when we were about to leave, one of the officers said, by the way, what is the distance for the standard gauge of the railroad? And I said 4 feet 8.5 inches, and my manager said 4 feet 8.5 inches, and engineer Tom says 143.5 centimeters. So the guy said, okay, you guys know your stuff, so go ahead, you're okay. So then we went on to Montreal. So that was only like a few weeks after September 11th, 2001. So that's why there were no flights. We had to drive to Montreal and back. So that was part of the fun at the Hamfest. And my two brothers and my nephew were there too. This is WO3X, back to the net.
WO3X, W8WKY, we do appreciate you being here, John. Thank you so much for that information. And yeah, very cool. We are appreciative of you every time I hear you, and I don't get to hear you that often. I get a lot of Tuesday nights I'm not here, but when I am, it's always been a treat to get your check-in when I get to do the next. And I didn't get to do December either, but I want to say thank you again to Jerry, KD8HTP, KC8HTP, who covered for me. So KE8ZH, let me do that again. KE8ZHG, W8WKY, Doug. It's great to have you here, my friend, and good to see you at the last meeting. What do you think Nick's trivia question answer is?
Hi, Stefan. KE8ZHG, Doug here. I'm going to go with B. That's just a guess. And I've been thinking about our winter we're having here. I've only lived here a few years, but it seems pretty extreme. I've heard about the 78 winter and how bad that was. And I looked it up today, 82 inches of snow, 75-mile-per-hour winds, and 15 to 25-foot snow drifts. That was in Akron. So in comparison, I guess this winter is not too bad. I'm just kind of used to those mild Seattle winters. But I'm going to go with B. That's all I have. I seen you at the last meeting. I'll send it back to net control.
KE8ZHG W8WKY. We do appreciate you being here, Doug. Thank you so much for being part of the social committee and for all the stuff that you do with us in the club. So we want to say thank you to all of those acknowledgments. So moving over to our K4OG, our eye in the sky in Kentucky. Mark, you're up, my friend. It's great to have you here today. What do you think Nick's trivia question answer is?
W8WKY. Good evening, everyone. And Stefan, thanks for running the net. Well, I'm driving back to the QTH in my big Dodge Ram truck. That's always fun. And the answer to the trivia question, I know it. Therefore, I got to recuse myself. Anyway, y'all have fun, and I'm having fun down here in Kentucky, getting reacquainted with the wife. I come home and bless her heart, she's got a bad cold, so I've been taking care of her. You know. All right, K4OG, back to net.
K4OG W8WKY, we do appreciate you being here. Thank you so much, Mark, and for all that you do with the club, too. Thank you so much. It's great to see how many members actually get on the net and talk, and that's really, really cool. So KE8VQX, Joe W8WKY, you're up, my friend. Great to have you here this evening. What do you think Nick's trivia question answer is?
W8WKY, this is KE8VQX. Good evening, Stefan and everybody on the net. Good to be here. I didn't think I was going to probably make it skiing tonight at Boston Mills, but got back in time. And the snow was hard and fast. I probably shouldn't be going that fast at my age anymore, but every now and then you feel your oats, I guess, and I didn't break anything, so that's good. My answer for the trivia, the Beacon Net is usually past my bedtime. The best I'm able to do is usually check in on the pre-net, but so I don't know the answer to the question, but I'm going to go with, even though it's recycled, I'm going to go with D-Dog Delta. I'll go with that one. That's my guess. So thanks for getting me in, Stefan. This is KE8VQX. Back to net control.
KE8VQX, W8WKY, we do appreciate you being here, Joe. Good to hear you, my friend. Good to hear that you went downhill. It's way better to go downhill than to go, like, uphill. That's it. Yeah, you go in the opposite direction, and you're in the sky. That would not be so cool. Unless you were going downhill and hit a good mogul and then went uphill. But that might not be good either. But good to hear that you were out there skiing. And very good that they're still running out there. And yeah, a couple of weeks ago I had a big bowl of Cornwaldo salad, so that was pretty cool, you know, namesake and all. So very cool to hear you here, my friend. All right, moving over to our friend Harry, who seems to be camping somewhere, probably because it's too cold here. KE8ZZR W8WKY. Harry, you're up, my friend. It's great to have you here this evening. What do you think our trivia question from Nick is?
W8WKY, this is KE8ZZR. Good evening, Stefan, and good evening to everybody else that's on the net. Yes, I am designated down here in Florida. We're wandering away around this Florida here, and we were at Hamcation last week, or the week before, and then we were in Stuart, Florida, and now we're up here in Chiefland, Florida, doing some PODA, my wife and I. So we're having a good time, and we'll be down here for a couple more weeks before we head over to South Carolina, and then up into North Carolina and then home. We'll be home on March 19th. So my trivia question is Charlie. See Charlie there. So that's about all I got. And Stefan, I just want to let you know that I got my wife here studying for her technician's test, and she started studying at Hamcation, and she's aiming to take her test with Sarah Group in April. So we'll see how that plays out. So with that, I'll see you. This is KE8ZZR Clear.
KE8ZZR W8WKY. Harry, that's great news. Tell her keep studying. Congratulations that she's doing that. And that would be great to have another husband and wife team in amateur radio. Very, very cool. That sounds really, really cool. Good friend of mine, and you may have seen him at any of the ham fest around town, KC8VKA, Frank Roman. He actually has a, I want to say summer home. It's a vacation home, I should say, down in Panama. So he and his wife are down there now to avoid the snow up here. But I heard there was a little bit of snow last year down there near him, because Panama is up in the Panhandle, Panama, Florida. And, yeah, so he's down there, and I'm supposed to go down, Lord willing, if everything works out, sometime in April. Supposed to go down there and hang out with him for about a week, hoping all that plays forward. So we do appreciate you, Harry. Thank you so much. K8VZA W8WKY. Eric, you're up, my friend. So good to have you here. W8WKY. And good chatting in the window there, especially the salad comment, the comment. You're up, my friend.
W8WKY.
W8WKY in the net, KE8VZA here. Yeah, Cornwaldo bean salad with bacon. Can't get anything better than that. I have a very bad cold. I stayed home from work today and slept a lot. And I've concluded that sleep is good medicine. It's very good medicine. I feel a bit better now. I think with a good night's sleep added on top of that, I should be in halfway decent shape tomorrow morning. Be functional to be able to work. What else? Nor's 10-meter net tonight. We had 8 check. It was pretty good. It's interesting how the local propagation changes week to week. And W8KYZ out there in Avon Lake, I could hear him fine last week. This week, I could not hear him at all. So, interesting. Nor's Winterfest coming up March 8th at Lorain County Community College in a different spot in the College Center. So if you're hankering for a ham fest, there you go. What else? Trivia, before I forget. I'm going to also go with Delta. So anyway, that's it for me. 73, everyone. Great net, Stefan. KE8VZA, back to net control.
K8VZA, W8WKY. We do appreciate you, Eric. Eric's also part of our club and also part of our social committee. So thank you so much for all that you do there. We had a great picnic this last year and a great field day. So it's really cool. But yeah, thank you for joining in. Sorry to hear that you are under the weather, as they say. But I know how that was. I had that in March, and in December. And in December, my mother and I both got sick. Did not know my nephews had it during Christmas gift opening, and I got it for a very short period, 4 days or so. But Mom got it and had to be hospitalized from December 28th until January 20th with the flu. So, and that was a long haul. But she's home now. She's doing great, and I'm glad that you're sleeping. And I agree, sleep is good medicine. KC8FQV, W8WKY. Mark, you're up, my friend. Great to have you here this evening. What do you think next trivia question answer is?
All right, Stefan. Yeah, KCFQV. Yeah, I'm going to say Delta on the trivia. I think it's going to be Delta, if I recall. But, yeah, everything else is going good. Andy, I don't know if he's trying to do this county hunting today or not. If he really wanted to, he could really rack some counties up. Depending on how long he wanted to drive home. He could drive around different ways, and he could hit many counties. But, yeah, I want to say Delta. And other than that, the day was good. Yeah, I did some shoveling around, got some snow out of the way, dug some canals down by the driveway down where it goes by the lake. So, if anything melts and it runs in the driveway and water, yeah, it could find its way going over the bank. But other than that, not much else here happening. We'll have the traffic net on at 9 o'clock. Oh, well, 9 o'clock just now. Up on 147.015, they'll have the traffic net, Tri-County traffic net. So let's send it back to net control. KCFQV.
KC8FQV, W8WKY, we do appreciate you being here, Mark. Thank you so much for hanging out. Saw you at the meeting the other day. That was really cool. And, yeah, always nice to have you join our net. All right, I'm going to send it over to a really okay guy. an okay guy. Actually, he's better than okay. He's a big part of the Border Breaker net, but I love hearing his voice when he's on my nets and on any of our nets, and that is KC8 at K5 CFY. I don't know why I said KC8. My brain went somewhere else. K5 CFY W8 WKY. Ray, you're up, my friends. Great to have you here always. What do you think Nick's trivia question answer is?
Hey, WKY to net, K5 CFY. Good evening, Stefan. Great net. You do as good a job on the evening net as you do the Saturday morning net there. So anyway, thanks for getting me in there. My guess is going to be Delta, and so it's good to hear everybody out there. Hope everybody has a great evening. 73 K5 CFY, back to net control.
K5 CFY W8 WKY. We do appreciate you being here, my friend. Yeah, back in the day when it's always great to have you here. It's always good to hear your voice. Back in the day when I was, we listened to a lot of church programs. We went to church here, of course. There was a big name out there in Tulsa, Oklahoma. I'm sure you know who it was. So it was one of those, and I always heard of it, and it's been on my bucket list. So one of these days, I'm going to drive down to Tulsa, and then when I'm there, I'll honk my horn a couple times and see where you're at. KF8 DTA W8 WKY. Jeff, you're up, my friends. Great to have you here this evening. What do you think Nick's trivia question answer is? KF8 DTA, if you're still here. All right, well, Markham has not heard right now, but I'm going to go up to our first not heard, which we did not hear. KO4 FSH, I believe the name was Dave. KO4 FSH. We called you out a little bit ago, but if you're still there and you'd like to jump in on the net, you are up, my friend. Great to have you here tonight.
W8WKY, this is KO4FSH. Good evening, y'all. I'll go with D Delta. Seems to be the popular answer. I'm not quite sure, so I'm just going to take a random guess. 73, back to net.
KO4 FSH W8 WKY. We do appreciate you, Dave, being here. Thank you so much. I'm glad we were able to hook up with you and get you on the net. So thank you so much. And join us anytime. We do appreciate that. I'm going to call one more time out to KF8 DTA and see if he's there. KF8 DTA, if you're there, you're up, my friend. Great to have you here tonight.
Thank you for picking me up. This is KF8 DTA. I was in the middle of doing a test question across the room for extra class. Just doing test questions, practice, practice. And just wanted to say thank you for being there today and picking up my call. And everybody, 73, KF8, DTA, back to control.
KF8, DTA, W8, WKY. We do appreciate you, my friend. My call sign is also November 8 Whiskey Bravo. The club is W8, WKY. But thank you for being there. And, join us anytime. And no problem. We understand. Things happen. And if you're studying for extra, that's an important thing. So keep on studying for that. That's really cool. I'm going to call our trivia guy, but before I call our trivia guy, I'm going to ask Nick, KD8SLG, if he'll just come on and start. Give us a little bit about what he's been doing today. Then take a break and give us the trivia answer, because we always throw it to the trivia person. Never get to hear from them. So before you give us the trivia answer tonight, Nick, give us a little bit about yourself and anything you want to share from today. So everyone, my friend, KD8SLG, W8, WKY, Nick, it's great to have you here this evening.
W8, WKY, this is KD8SLG. There's Stefan and all of the Sarah Club netizens. What do I got? I didn't do a whole lot of anything today. Got some work done. Made a few dollars. Took a nap. spent some time with Odd. Had to run out into the real world today, grab some subs for dinner. That was nice. Finished them right up before the net. Been here hanging out. That's all I got. Dues are due. We already did that. Fox Hunt's coming up. That's cool. Great meeting last week. It was fun breaking burritos with a bunch of all y'all. And there we go. Next month's meeting should be cool. Elections. There's not many to choose from, so cast your vote wisely. All right, let me drop this. We'll do trivia and call it a night, and we can go visit Charlie down on the WatchNet. Here we go. In the original Star Trek series, Majel Barrett acts as Bones' right-hand man, Nurse Chapel. This is not her only connection to the Star Trek universe. She was also all of the following except Alpha, computer voice on The Next Generation. Yes, she was. Luoxana Troy. Wow, that was easier to say an hour ago. Mother of Counselor Troy on The Next Generation. Yeah, she did that too. And Mrs. Majel Barrett Roddenberry, wife of Gene Roddenberry, creator of Star Trek. Yes, she was Mrs. Majel Barrett Roddenberry as well. The thing she wasn't is Daimon Nate Cornwaldo Bean of the Ferengi Alliance. The kicker there is Cornwaldo Bean. For those of you who are not regulars on the BeaconNet, KI5DAY is a character from Oklahoma. He does trivia on Sunday nights. And one of the answers he always includes Colonel Cornwaldo Bean of the Cornwaldo Bean clan. We've created a whole universe around this fictional character. And I tell you what, I defy you to find Cornwaldo Bean on Google. W8WKY, this is KD8SLG. Thanks, Stefan. Have a great night, everybody. 73, all y'all.
KD8SLG, W8WKY. Nick, you made it a great and special night. So thank you so much for being here for me. I do appreciate you, Nick. And yeah, we got good stuff coming up in March. We got the new slate of club leaders that are going to be voted in. So that's going to be a great time. If you haven't checked out our website, w8wky.org, check us out. See if we fit what you think a club should be. We do so many things that are fun and outreaching, and also we do a lot of cool events. And we just would love to have you as a member. If you're listening, if you don't have a member home for clubs, give us a look, w8wky.org. If you're a VE and you're licensed VE for the ARRL and you're an extra, yeah, give me a holler too. My information's on that page under Get Licensed, and we can always add VEs. And we're actually running exam tools now, which is a really, really, really cool thing. So I just want to say thank you to everyone who's listening and all the people who take a look at the Sarah Club. Break for time. All right, once again, Sarah would like to thank and wish everyone who participated in tonight's net a very great rest of your week. And don't forget the Barometer Net tomorrow morning at 7 a.m. 7 a.m. Barometer Net. And yours truly does every other week's Saturday Barometer Net. And so I just want to say, join us in the morning or join us anytime. Barometer Net runs 6 days a week, every day but Sunday. Don't forget breakfast at Bueller's in Wadsworth on Saturday mornings at 7 a.m. also. And at this time, we'll close the net with 34 check-ins. Man, I want to say thank you to everyone who checked in tonight, whether it be in and out or stuck around for the trivia question side. And I want to say thank you again to Nick, KD8SLG, who gave us a great trivia question for the net tonight. And appreciate you so much, my friend. You're always helping us with the things that we need to keep things going here in Sarah Land. So I'm going to just coin that one myself. Welcome to Sarah Land. At this time, we'll close the net, like I said, with 34 check-ins. This repeater is returned to normal amateur use. November 8, Whiskey Bravo, and W8WKY are both clear. 73, my friends. It's a pleasure being with you. I enjoy amateur radio. I enjoy this club. I enjoy all of you. And we'll say 73 again. And check out the Barometer Net in the morning. Everyone have a great evening.
This
This is KA8LYJ for any lingerers who care. The character of number 1 is a fan favorite on Star Trek Strange New Worlds. That character was actually originated by Majel Barrett in the original pilot episode for the original series, The Cage. This is KA8LYJ, nerdily yours.
Oh, they want to get down to that Miller watch net yet, 10 after. Yeah, there's not that many check-in down there, I don't think. They could be wrapping already. KSFQV had a good net, Stefan. Catch all in the morning on the barometer net.
KC8FQV, KD8SLG, the WatchNet runs for about an hour, Mark, and KB8PXM, Charlie does a great job, and it's all on RF. So, no Allstar DV switch repeater found to muddy the waters. Have a good night, Mark. Talk to you in the morning. I got to go down to Millersburg. KD8SLG, clear.
Well, how many people do they get to check in down there? Cause it would seem like there's not as many Amish or many operators down there, but there could be a lot of hill people on the hills that could get into it. That's the only thing I was just curious how many people. If you say in an hour, wow, there's a lot of people down there, or they have long chats. KSFQV.
KF8FGI, radio check, radio check.
KD8FJI, this is KA8LYJ. You're coming in loud and clear.
Thank you. We were just testing our little bow fang from within a room within the house, and I'm surprised it actually reached you. We're all the way out in I guess the northern part of Cuyahoga Falls, and a little like 5-watt bow fang getting all the way to you. So, thank you.
No, you got a little bacon frying in the background, but you're loud, clear, readable. It's a good signal.
I don't know. It really impresses me when these things can reach beyond the walls of a house. I've not had a lot of luck with them before, but if you can hear me, we have static in the background here from everything from this repeater, but that's understandable. It's only got like a 15-inch whip, and it's sitting inside of a house. But that's pretty impressive. It's reaching out there. But thank you for checking in.
W8WKY.
Hey, no problem. I don't have a lot of hate for those little radios. I mean, for crying out loud, they do the job, and they're so cheap they're practically disposable. So just keep a bucket of them around, and I like them myself. But then I'm a cheapskate. This is KA8LYJ.
Yeah, I've actually, over the last year, I've probably collected maybe like 3 or 4 of them here. I used to give them out as Christmas presents because they were so cheap, but you can also still use repeaters like this very easily as long as you have an antenna that's not one of those stubby antennas. And I have a nicer version of a Baofeng, which is an 8-watt. It claims to be 10, but it's really 8-watt, and it's also got a GPS functionality. But it's still usually the issue with these seems to be the receive. It's very weak on the receive feature, where you might be able to transmit with an external antenna on a vehicle or a house and get as far as you should with a 8 or 10 watt radio, but you get you try to receive these transmissions and it's all very choppy or garbled, and I don't know how that works, but I know that's definitely a tendency with these things. But they are great for the price. I mean, $20 you can get a mini base station here. It's pretty impressive.
Yeah, my problem on receive with the UV5R screwed it into a mag mount antenna on top of the car, and suddenly all I was receiving was the weather band. The receive filtering on those things is garbage. But again, you're paying $20, so what do you want?
Now, if you were wanting to pay under like $150, what type of not handheld but mobile station would you recommend? Because I'm looking to upgrade to something that I can make use of a larger Diamond X antenna eventually. But all I have right now are Baofengs.
Well, I'll tell you, there's a radio that's a step above the Baofeng. It's also Chinese. It's called Woshun, and I've got a Woshun 4-bander that I paid $220 for. It's a 2-meter, 220, 440, and 6-meter, and it's a handheld. But I use it as a mobile with a plug-in external handheld microphone and mag mount antenna, and I stick it in the cup holder in my console, and there's my mobile. And that sucker has been working great for me. If there's any club members on here listening, they'll tell you I check in frequently with that thing when I'm out on the road, and they're always telling me how great the audio is on it. So, it's not the 120 that you were asking about, but I got the 4-bander. They make smaller radios. Woshun may make one in your price range, and I've been very happy with it. And technically, it's not a mobile, but I use it as one, and it works great. It's got a USB charger port on it. Plug that into the USB socket on my car, and there's my external power. It's working great as a mobile, sitting there in my cup holder. This is KA8LYJ.
Woshun. I'll have to look at that. I've been pretty impressed by how cheap the Chinese manufacturers can make these Baofeng radios. It makes it accessible for a lot more people. But relative to the other prices of radios of this size and, you know, all these features and capabilities, it is really a good price. I mean, $20 for this thing is impressive that I can reach you from where I'm at with a $5 antenna on top of it. But yeah, I'll have to look those up because I would buy used, but I'm not looking to buy anything that's going to be like over like $200 or something. I just want to be able to make full use of a larger external antenna that's grounded and mounted to like a stationary place. And I know the Baofengs can't do that. They can't make full use of that. But thanks for the advice. This is KF8FGI.
Okay, when you're looking it up, Woshun is spelled Whiskey Oscar Uniform X-Ray Uniform November. Whiskey Oscar Uniform X-Ray Uniform November.
Yeah, thank you, and thanks for talking. Hope you have a nice night.
Yeah, you too. Handle here is Bob, and it's KA8LYJ 73. And good luck with your radio hunt.
Bob and the guy in Cogga Falls, I couldn't remember. Can't catch it quick enough. You're going about 20 miles out there to the repeater from Cogga Falls. You know, if you were, I just took and looked, and I said, okay, Cogga Falls, I'll mark you that. Steel Corners, from Steel Corners aerial, probably about 20 miles out there to the repeater site, K7QV.
Yeah, this is KF8EDE, Kilo Foxtrot 8, Echo Delta Echo. Just listening to your conversation. I'm using a handheld Baofeng also. It's not the 5R, it's the next one up. I don't even remember what it's called. I think it was advertised as 10 watt. And I pick up the repeater all the time, and I'm not sure how far away from it I am as well. I'm in Talmadge, Ohio, but I am trying to get a station set up also, but not really knowing what to do about an antenna for a station. So I'm still working all that out, but this Baofeng works really well for me. I'm able to listen well off the repeater, and they're able to receive well. So, yeah, it works great for me.
Yeah, you're hitting the repeater great. You got a fry station working in where you're at too, but I'm hearing you clear. This is KA8LYJ.
Me and you would take and say he's enough intelligible with even a little fry. But yeah, he's probably about 20 miles from the repeater as well. You know, a little bit south from Cogga Falls, but then it goes a little bit east. So K7QV.
Thanks for that info at about 20 miles out. This is KF8EDE.
clear, and we'll catch everyone in morning hours. Okay, stuff QV. Yeah, the barometer net comes up at 7, but Jim will be in there at 6:30, and there's other guys in there even earlier than that are stirring the repeater and starting to get it relays warmed up, loosen them up for the morning. Okay, stuff QV.
Yeah, Mark, I'll clock into the barometer net around 0800 right after the Kiwanis meeting, as usual. I'm on a lot of lists, but I'm not on his list, so I don't check in at the with the 6:30 crowd. And by the time the barometer net gets started, I'm in the middle of my meeting, so I can't check in until around 8 when the meeting lets out. This is KA8LYJ.
Yeah, Casey, okay, you're all warmed up to check in then. Having that meeting in the morning, you're all warmed up to get talking then. All right, well, we'll catch you in the morning, KCFQV.
Yeah, I pour coffee down myself at the breakfast meeting, and then I check in on my way to the actual coffee shop for the next round. So, yeah, I'm well caffeinated by Wednesday morning, kicks in for everybody else. This is KA8LYJ, 73.
Yep, K7Q will be 73 as well. There's something else I'm going to do. I don't know what. I have to figure it out. But I know what I want to do. I just got to see if they're there. K7QV.